Welcome back to our channel, my friends. The only place you can find yourself safe and sound while exploring the darkest corners of our world. A place where shadows dance and whispers echo with the terror of 1,000 nightmares. Tonight, we're peeling back the veil of the ordinary to uncover the terrifying secrets lurking beneath. The objects we use every day, the ones we think we know, often harbor a darkness we can't even imagine. 3 tales, 3 objects, prepare to be disturbed. Deep in the heart of a forgotten antique shop, where the air is thick with the scent of aged wood and history, tucked away behind dusty furniture and cobwebbed trinkets, lay hidden treasures and relics of the past. Among them hung a mirror. Not just any mirror, but one that seemed to whisper secrets of old. This one hummed with an energy that sent chills crawling down your spine. This was no ordinary reflection staring back at you. It was a window, a portal to somewhere ancient and evil. Legend says it once belonged to a powerful witch, a woman feared for her command over dark forces. She used the mirror not for vanity, but for her twisted rituals, casting spells and weaving dark magic, binding souls to its surface, trapping them for eternity. Years passed, and the mirror changed hands, each new owner unaware of the sinister history it carried, each owner meeting an untimely and unsettling end. Whispers of its curse spread like wildfire, tales of misfortune and death following in its wake, each tragedy more gruesome than the last. One man, a skeptical antique collector, scoffed at the stories. He saw only a beautifully crafted antique, a masterpiece of craftsmanship, a prize for his collection. He brought it home, hung it in his study, admiring its intricate design and the way it seemed to glow in the dim light, oblivious to the evil he'd invited in. The first night he woke to the feeling of icy breath on his neck. When he turned, he saw a figure in the mirror, a gaunt, shadowy figure with eyes burning like hot coals. He dismissed it as a nightmare, a figment of his imagination, but the feeling of dread lingered. Days turned into sleepless nights. The man grew pale and gaunt, his health deteriorating rapidly, his reflection in the mirror growing more and more like the horrifying apparition he'd seen. He tried to get rid of the mirror, to sell it or give it away, to destroy it, but it was as if it was bound to him, holding him captive. One morning, the housekeeper arrived to find the study door locked, an unnatural silence emanating from within. When the police finally broke down the door, they were met with a scene of horror. They found the man's lifeless body, his eyes wide with terror, staring directly at the mirror. The mirror vanished that day, disappearing without a trace, some say back into the shadows from whence it came. But the legend remains, a chilling reminder that some objects hold a darkness that can never be extinguished, a darkness that waits patiently for its next unsuspecting victim. She was the kind of doll that could steal your breath, with her porcelain skin, rosy cheeks, and eyes that seemed to follow your every move. Her presence was both captivating and unsettling, a paradox of beauty and eeriness. Found in a crumbling old orphanage, abandoned for decades, the doll whispered of forgotten children and long-lost innocence. The walls of the orphanage seemed to hold on to the echoes of laughter and tears, now replaced by an eerie silence. But beneath the delicate features and lace dress, a darkness festered. It was as if the doll had absorbed the sorrow and despair of the children who once played there. The orphanage caretaker, a kind woman with a heart full of love for the children, found the doll tucked away in the attic. She had always believed in the power of toys to bring comfort and joy. She thought it would bring joy to a lonely child, but she was wrong. The doll's presence seemed to cast a shadow over the orphanage, a shadow that grew darker with each passing day. The moment the doll crossed the threshold of the orphanage, a cold wind swept through the halls, chilling everyone to the bone. It was as if the very air had turned against them. The children, once playful and full of life, grew quiet and withdrawn, their eyes darting nervously towards the doll. Their laughter was replaced by whispers and fearful glances. One little girl, Lily, swore the doll whispered to her at night, its voice a chilling rasp that promised secrets and nightmares. She would wake up in the middle of the night, drenched in sweat, her heart pounding in her chest. Lily's sweet demeanor changed, replaced with a haunting seriousness that sent shivers down the caretaker's spine. Then the accident started. Children falling ill, strange occurrences that defied explanation, objects moving on their own as if guided by an unseen hand. Toys that were once cherished now seemed to have a life of their own. Whispers echoing in the dead of night, voices that seemed to come from the shadows. The children would huddle together, too afraid to sleep. The caretaker, her heart heavy with dread, began to suspect the doll was at the center of it all. She couldn't shake the feeling that the doll was watching her, waiting for the right moment to strike. One night she heard Lily's terrified cries. The sound pierced the silence of the night, sending a wave of panic through the orphanage. Rushing to the girl's room, she found the doll perched on the end of the bed, its porcelain face twisted into a grotesque grin. It was a sight that would haunt her dreams for years to come. Lily lay trembling beneath the covers, her eyes wide with terror. She clung to the caretaker, her small body shaking with fear. That's when the caretaker knew she had to act. She couldn't let the doll continue to torment the children. She took the doll to the farthest corner of the property, to the old well that had been sealed for years. It was a place where no one ever ventured. As she threw the doll into the darkness, she could have sworn she heard a blood-curdling scream echoing from its depths. It was a sound that would stay with her forever. The orphanage found peace again, the children's laughter returning to the halls. The dark cloud that had hung over them seemed to lift, but the memory of the haunted doll lingered, a chilling reminder that some toys are best left untouched. The caretaker would often find herself glancing towards the old well, wondering if the doll was truly gone. Imagine a canvas, strokes of oil painting depicting a man, his face obscured by shadow. The brush strokes are meticulous, each one adding to the enigma of the figure. The artist's hand seemed guided by an unseen force, creating a masterpiece that was both captivating and unsettling. His eyes burning with an eerie intensity. This was no ordinary portrait. It radiated a palpable aura of despair and malice. It first appeared in a prestigious art gallery, its origins shrouded in mystery. Collectors, captivated by its haunting beauty, engaged in a bidding war, eager to possess the masterpiece. But the painting, it seemed, had other plans. Whispers among the art community spoke of its cursed nature, but these were dismissed as mere superstition. The winning bidder, a wealthy art enthusiast, couldn't wait to display the painting in his grand mansion. He hung it in his study, the centerpiece of his collection, unaware of the darkness he'd invited into his home. The first sign was a pervasive feeling of unease, a coldness that clung to the air around the painting. Then the nightmares began, vivid and terrifying, each one featuring the man from the painting, his eyes boring into the collector's soul. The once peaceful study became a place of dread, the shadows seeming to move and whisper in the dead of night. The collector's health deteriorated rapidly. He became withdrawn, his once vibrant personality replaced with a haunting silence. His friends, concerned by his drastic change, urged him to get rid of the painting, but he refused. He was inexplicably drawn to it. One stormy evening, as lightning flashed, illuminating the painting with an unnatural light, the collector snapped. He grabbed a palette knife, intending to destroy the canvas that had seemingly destroyed him. But as he raised his hand, he was thrown backwards by an unseen force. The room filled with a chilling laughter, echoing off the walls as if the painting itself was mocking his futile attempt. His housekeeper found him the next morning, lifeless at the foot of the painting. His eyes, wide with terror, stared up at the canvas, reflecting the image of the man in the shadows, a triumphant smirk playing on his lips. The painting vanished that night, disappearing as mysteriously as it had arrived. Some say it resurfaces every few years, appearing in a new gallery, waiting to lure its next victim, with the promise of beauty and the threat of eternal darkness. The legend of the possessed painting continues to grow, a chilling reminder of the thin line between art and the supernatural. The objects around us, so ordinary, so mundane, can hold secrets, darkness we can barely comprehend. Tonight's tales are just a glimpse into the hidden history that surrounds us, a reminder that the line between our world and the realm of nightmare is thin indeed. If you dare to venture further into the darkness, be sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more terrifying tales. And don't forget to hit that bell icon so you never miss a chilling story. Until next time, my friends, sleep tight, dear, if you can.